Hello, I'm George Anderson from IntelligentRunning.com. Today I'm going to show you some three-dimensional spine mobilizers. Now that all sounds really fancy, but really all I'm going to do, I'm going to mobilize my back, and I'm going to do it in three different planes of motion. You see, the spine's designed to do three things. It's designed to flex like that, it's designed to flex like that, and it's designed to rotate like that. And the different vertebrae stack up and they allow those three movements to take place. However, what happens is during our lives, our daily lives, we tend to kind of lock it into one position, or we sit down and slouch over a lot, and we really don't allow it the freedom. So then when we go and do something active like running, for example, what happens is the spine is locked, it's frozen in this position, and the muscles that are attached to the spine, they don't really want to move, they don't want to give because they're not used to doing it. So we want to add in some mobility exercises that are going to free up the spine, get some oxygen flowing to the area, to the whole of the back, and it's going to effectively make you a much freer, looser run. It's going to make things a lot easier when you run as well, because you're not going to feel like you're locked in, and those other muscles aren't going to be taking up so much of the strain. So here's what I do. It's really, really simple. The first one is just a rotation. I'm just going to rotate around, spinning around, and you can see I'm releasing my heels there as well. You've got a couple of options with a head. You can either keep looking at straight ahead like I am, or you can rotate around. It doesn't really matter a huge amount. You probably get a little, well, you will get a bit of an extra neck rotation if you look straight ahead, but that one makes me feel a bit dizzy as well. So I tend to look straight ahead and be done with it. What I'm after here is really releasing the hips. I'm not just doing it in the back through here. I'm releasing the hips because that allows my whole back just to wind up and then wind back out the other way. I might just do 10 to 15 on each side of that, and that's it. It's like 30 seconds of work just to get the rotational mobility. That would, on its own, if you do that first thing in the morning, you're waiting for the kettle to boil, that one is going to really wake the spine up and make you feel much better straight away. The second one is an overhead, a side bend. I'm going to bring my arms up, and I'm going to lift up nice and straight, and I'm going to shift my butt out one way, and I'm going to flex over the other way. Here's the movement. Side bends, getting that lateral flexion into the spine. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to reach over and pull over to the same side. I don't want to weight onto the right leg, leaning over to the right. I want to shift the hips one way and pull over the other way. That's what I'm going for, because that's what's going to give me the stretch down the side into the hip and really create the most movement in the spine. So that's what I'm going for, full body movements. And I might be looking at, again, maybe 10 on each side of that one. It's a little tougher than the rotations. You don't have to do 10, but just a few on each side, you'll really feel the spine loosening off, and it just feels good. It feels like you think of a cat. Whenever a cat gets up, or a dog, whenever those animals get up, what do? They stretch. Whenever we get up, we go, oh, I feel really stiff. We try and walk around. Just give yourself a moment to mobilize anytime you've been sitting down or lying down for any period of time. The third mobilizer, to get that third degree of freedom, is a straightforward flexion extension. Now, actually, this is the range that we would normally work through, or the plane of movement rather, that we would normally work through. You know, we're used to bending down, picking things up and so on. We're not so much used to rotating or flexing over to the side. But even so, it's worthwhile taking time to think about how the body does this. I'm going to go sideways on so you can see. I'm going to start off by lifting right up and pulling my shoulders back so I get a little arch into my back. I'm going to drop the chin to the chest and roll down one vertebrae at a time. It's quite a nice kind of Pilates-y, yoga-y type thing as well. So drop in the chin and then imagine one vertebrae at a time. It just rolls down. Knees a little soft, so they're not straight out. Bend the knees a touch, roll down, and then let it hang there for a few moments. Let it hang and release, and then roll back up again gently. Coming back up, if you have blood pressure problems here, you've got to be a bit careful with coming back up there. You might feel like you're a little bit lightheaded, otherwise you should be good with this. Drop the chin to the chest, roll down. We're not going for a stretch in the hamstrings that you may feel something in there. We're trying to get the stretch through the low and upper back there. Let it release, feels good, feels it opening up, and then lift back up again and extend. 3, 4, maybe 5 repetitions of that one combined with the rotations, combined with the lateral flexions. That's going to set your spine up to be functioning fully as it should be for the rest of the day. Do that first thing in the morning, but especially also do it before you go for a run if you've been sitting down for a long period of time beforehand. I'm George Anderson from intelligentrunning.com. I look forward to speaking to you again soon.